Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, known as the Dream Decipherer, and this is Dream Your Life, Live Your Dream Live, where we talk about all things dreams. Today we're going to have a bit of a look at common dreams, the dreams that virtually everybody on the planet has, and what they actually may be saying to the dreamer. Now, people have been trying to figure out the meaning of dreams for thousands of years, and some of the oldest and most ancient civilizations, such as the Sumerians, used dreams as prophetic guides, as well as being an aid to making important decisions. The Oracle of Delphi in Greece, people came from far and wide over the ancient world to be able to get a prophetic message from the Sibyl or seer who inhabited the temple there at Delphi. But it wasn't until the early 20th century and the birth of modern psychology with Freud, Jung, and the people that came after them that dreams started to be seen as a reflection of our unconscious mind. Nowadays, however, it's relatively common for people to look at their dreams and to try to understand them, to understand themselves better, as well as to improve their health and well-being. According to a clinical associate professor of psychiatry at NYU named Thea Gallagher, dreams can show us the things that we are experiencing in waking life, but are either not being captured by our conscious mind, either because we don't have the time to process it, or, as is more common, I have found in my experience, people just don't want to deal with what's presented to them by their dreams. But it always has to be remembered that dreams are particular to the dreamer and their circumstances, and dreams work as metaphors, as if. But there also has to be remembered that because everyone on the planet shares the same psychological substrata, which is known as the collective unconscious, we can dream about places we've never been, we can dream in languages we've never learned, we can have experiences that are not part of our common everyday lives. And that is because that energy, that collective energy, is literally in the air, and if the circumstances are right, we can pull down that energy and have it, if it resonates with us in some way, it will present information as a dream. So because we do have this common psychological substrata, this collective unconscious, many of the dreams that we have can be found virtually everywhere by everyone having had such a dream at one time or another. As I like to joke, sex, death, and mothers-in-law appear in everybody's dreams, whether in a positive or negative light depends on the circumstance. So today we're going to look at a few of the common types of dreams that people have and what they could actually be saying to the dreamer. Now, number one on my list is dreaming about being pregnant, and it could be a prophetic dream, kind of giving a woman a heads up that she's pregnant. That does happen, but more than likely it may be an indication of some new phase or facet in a person's life, a new beginning of some kind. A growth or birth of something. I know personally I had dreams about being pregnant when I started my psychotherapy training years ago. And it was a source of amusement as well as bemusement for my husband and I, being that we weren't looking to grow our family. But the dreams coincided with the start of my training. And funnily enough, as a postscript to this story, I even had something that seemed to be like postpartum depression once I had handed in my coursework and my dissertation. So It really was energetically me giving birth to a new version of myself, to new career, and it was represented as if I was pregnant and giving birth. Now, another common dream is dreams of falling. And sometimes these dreams can be so stimulating that we literally fall out of the bed during our sleep. But what could that sensation actually be saying to us? Perhaps there's an area of your life where you're not feeling in control or feeling unstable in some way. But if you decide during the dream you're falling and then start to fly, it could mean that you're feeling a sense of freedom and perhaps trusting that the universe has your back and that will keep you from falling. Another common dream is that of being chased. Is there any area of your life where you're feeling tracked or hounded or fearful of something or someone? Could it be that you're wishing to avoid certain things, certain responsibilities? Again, it all depends on the context of what's going on during the waking life of the dreamer. Once you start to make those associations, the meaning of the dream will become clear. Here's another big one. Dreams about losing your teeth. Now, let's break this down a little bit and think about teeth for a moment. Yes, it's a means of us being able to nourish ourselves by chewing our food properly, but think of the animal kingdom and how they use their teeth, not only to eat, but to defend themselves. You think of a dog when it bares its teeth at you, it's best you leave it alone. So, is there some area of the dreamer's life, in your life, where you're feeling defenseless, literally feeling toothless? The dream could also be indicating some kind of rebirth or transformation. I mean, think about children losing their baby teeth and moving into adulthood or growing older as their permanent teeth start to come in. Now, here's another one that's really quite popular, if you will, and that's dreams of being naked in a public place. Could it be that you're feeling exposed or embarrassed about something? I had a client some years ago who I worked with, and she kept dreaming about sitting on the throne in a glass bathroom where anybody and everybody walking by could see her. And not only that, she was stuck. She was constipated. But what we started to unpack the dream, it found out that the dreamer was a very shy person and really hesitated about sharing her feelings and thoughts with others for fear of being rejected or misunderstood or offending anyone. But once this client started to understand what the message of the dream, and we stopped giggling about the message and how it was presented, the dreams actually stopped and shifted in some way. And she began to express herself more openly at work and at home, without this fear of being misunderstood, rejected, or just not listened to. Another dream, flying. I mean, we've talked about that mentioned that briefly earlier when we talked about falling in dreams. But this is a very common dream, especially among children. And perhaps it could be indicative of a feeling of a need for freedom and adventure. If you find yourself falling, could it be that you're ungrounded, literally, in some way, or letting your ego become inflated? Psychologically, it's called inflation, where you think you're everything, the end all and be all for everybody and everything. So you have these high flying ideas. So that could be the case as well, that people have a too inflated opinion of themselves, and the dream is kind of indicating that. Now, this next type of dream is quite worrying when it comes up for people, and it's about dreaming about a partner or a spouse cheating. Now, this dream doesn't necessarily signify that your partner is cheating or is thinking about cheating, but it may signify that there is something going on in the relationship that needs to be addressed. Or it may be a lingering sensation from the past. Could it be that past experiences have left the dreamer feeling insecure or betrayed in some way? Could that mean that this person is projecting their past onto their present lives, and it's exposing fears that they have about something that's currently going on in their lives? It's a possibility. I mean, it could also be, yes, that they're picking up this energy that their partner is actually cheating. But most of the time, dreams work as metaphors, as if. So where in the dreamer's life are they feeling as if there's something being taken from them, that they're being cheated in some way? Now, this one I have found this next type of dream I have found very common when I was doing bereavement counseling, and that's dreaming about deceased loved ones. Now, this type of dream could be the actual processing of a loss. And as I said, as a bereavement counselor, this was very common to have people dreaming about the loved ones that had passed away. But depending on one's culture and upbringing with regard to passed on loved ones, dreams of this type could be seen as messages from our loved ones, just to let us know that they're still a part of our lives, they still love us, they still think of us, and they're watching over us. Again, it's all about context. What is it you believe? What is it that's going on in your life? Now, this next type of dream is interesting. It's about dreaming about vehicles. And for me, as a therapist, I see vehicles as representing in a physical way our journey through life. So sometimes we're on foot, sometimes we're in a plane, sometimes we're riding a bicycle, sometimes we're driving a vehicle, or we're being driven by a vehicle. By someone driving the vehicle for us. Now, depending again on all of the different parameters within the context of the dream, are we in the driver's seat, literally in the driver's seat and taking charge of our lives and driving it forward? Or is someone else in the driver's seat and we're just following along? They're taking us where they want to go. So you can look at this type of dream as who is in charge? Who is, where do we feel that we are either in control or out of control of our lives? Now, there are many other types of dreams that are common, as I said, that across time, across cultures, across countries, religions, etc. But again, they all are based and hinge upon what's going on in our waking lives, and you have to pick apart that dream and find the key as to where in our lives these feelings or thoughts or emotions are coming up. So if you've had any of these types of dreams, I'd love to hear from you and to get an idea of how we can unpack that dream and find out what it is trying to communicate to you. So there you have it, some common dreams. I hope that gives you some food for thought as to what actually may be going on in your waking life. Your unconscious floating up a message to you to say, hey, take a look at this. Thanks again for watching and listening. Have a great rest of the day and weekend, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.